Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 3 of Geek Report versus the NFL. I will be your host this week. I'm Ryan Thomason, and as you might know me as the guy that usually just slightly gets a little bit better picks than Brian does. Not this week, last week, though. I'm going to have to say, these first 2 weeks of the NFL have been pretty demoralizing for me. For one thing, my team, the Steelers, playing pretty crappy. And that's the reason why I decided that I'm still wearing a suit jacket when I make my picks. But I'm going to start wearing my Steelers jersey. Maybe it'll bring some changes. I don't know. At this point, we need all the help we can get. So, come on, Pittsburgh, let's do it this week. But that's not what you guys are here for. Not to listen to me cry, which, I did a lot of crying last week, especially after week 1. But for the current standing, Brian, I think, went 9-7-1 this week, which is pretty dang good. And I went, let's see, yeah, I did not do good. So I went 8. I think 6-1. So that brings our total that Brian is currently 15-15-2 through week 2, and I'm squeaking out ahead 17-13-2. So those two ties this last couple of weeks are kind of killing us here. But the main bet, the shirts off bet for the Seattle Seahawks or Pittsburgh Steelers, whoever has the better season. The other one of us that will do an episode with no shirt on, which is, if you haven't seen me with my shirt off yet, it's going to be a very good episode. But currently, Brian Seahawks are 0-2, but like I said, Steelers 0-1-1, so not really doing much better there. But we do have some new games this week. We're going to get everything rolling, and maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers won't suck, and there won't be some more ties or some weird teams that haven't been doing well these last couple of years who all of a sudden they're going to become a better team. I know it's been hard for me. I kind of have so I have a terrible towel. Usually I just kind of, you wave it when stuff is going good. It's not been happening lately. So I've decided I'm going to show you guys the 3 new things that I do with my terrible towel this season. The first one is I take it and I kind of wrap it up like this. I put it over my mouth and I scream as loud as I can into it. It's actually fairly therapeutic. And I swear a lot, and mostly just so my kids don't have to hear me swearing. So that's my first new one. My second one is I like to take it and I put it over my eyes just because it's just so terrible to watch at some point. I just press it as hard as I can against my face, and somehow that gets me through a play. Not typically, but last but not least, I've been taking it, I roll it up, and I hold it like this, like I'm going to start doing. I just start beating the shit out of the side of my couch. And that's somewhat therapeutic to me, I guess. I did a lot of this against Kansas City, just wailing on my couch. Because, God damn it, Peter. Oh, God. Yeah. But, yeah, there we go. So, those are the new uses for the terrible towel. I'm hoping this week maybe we'll have some changes. Please, Antonio Brown, Ben Roethlisberger, James Conner, because who gives a shit about Le'Veon Bell anymore, honestly. I'm sure whatever team takes them will be very happy to have them. So, let's see. So let's get the games and my picks for this week rolling. Thursday night football, we have the Jets against the Cleveland Browns. The Jets been doing all right. Cleveland Brown, they got the tie the first week, which is essentially a win for anybody in Cleveland. Should have had to win last week. I do feel bad for the kicker missing that extra point, and then the Saints getting to go all the way down and winning on a field goal. But I think the Browns got it in them this week. It's a tough one to say, but I do think Cleveland is going to be in over the Jets. Next up, we have the Bills against the Vikings. Buffalo sucks so bad that their cornerback that they just signed to a one-year contract decided to quit at halftime, and he just left the game. That's how bad it is to be a Bills player right now. I'm hoping he at least said goodbye to somebody, or if he just sent out a group message like "Peace out, guys. I'm out for the game" or something. But I don't know. That's the Bills for you. But I think the Vikings, who had their tie over the Green Bay Packers, I think the Vikings are just going to stomp all over the Bills because they're angry they didn't get the win last week. Next up, we have the Giants against the Texans, who surprised me last week. The Texans did. The Giants, they lost to the Cowboys as usual. So I'm pretty much going to say I don't think the Giants have it in this week, and I think the Texans will go on their 2-game winning streak. And maybe I'm wrong, but I think Texans going to keep their roll going. Next up, we got the Packers against the Washington Native Americans. Aaron Rodgers is saying that his knee is not doing well as he's playing on it. I think it's possibly most likely that he will maybe get through 1 or 2 more games. I don't see him finishing out the season, honestly. Something bad is going to happen in the next 2 to 3 games. I think he'll make it through this one. He's going to be sore as hell. They don't have a bye until 6 more weeks, so he's got a long time to go to get to recovery. But they need to start getting some wins now if he's going to try and get some rest time. So, Green Bay over the Native Americans. Next up, we have 49ers against the stupid Chiefs that scored 42 points from Kelsey, who's on my fantasy football team, got me some ungodly amount of points, and I was really excited for that. But I still hate you, Kansas City. I guess they're going to win over the 49ers. I think the pixie dust that Jimmy Garoppolo came in with from New England, he either lost it or they just kind of rubbed off him. Like he took a really good shower and lost all his magic, I'm guessing. Possibly. But, yes, definitely the Chiefs over the 49ers. Next up, oh, God, this one was a tough one for me. The Raiders against the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins 2-0. Raiders 0-2. I'm waiting for the Raiders' star power to kick in. I have a feeling, and I was texting Brian today, I think Marshawn Lynch, did I say lunch? I meant Lynch. I think he's due to go, he's going to go crazy one of these games. I don't think Miami's defense is going to hold up as well. So I'm going to say Oakland on this one. I fought over this pick for a while. But I think Oakland's going to pull it out over Miami. Next up, we got the Colts against the Philadelphia Eagles, who have looked very not Super Bowl champion the first couple of weeks. I can't remember if Carson Wentz is still questionable or out. But I'm just going to say that the Eagles will beat the Colts. It just seems like it's going to go that way for me. The Tennessee Titans against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but that's just the voice that comes out of my mouth. Jacksonville will be hammering all over the Titans. I think Bortles is looking good, and their defense, even though they gave up 31 points last week and sunk one of my fantasy football teams, I think Jacksonville is going to win it. And so go Jacksonville. We have the Cincinnati Bengals against the Carolina Panthers. I hate to pick Cincinnati, so I'm only going to pick the Panthers because I hate Cincinnati, and they're in my division, and I need them to start losing a lot of games if the Steelers are going to have any chance in the playoffs. So, eat it, Cincinnati. I'm going with the Panthers. Come on, Cam. You can do it. I got the faith. Next up, we got the Denver Broncos against the Baltimore Ravens. Oh, God, I hate division rivals who you want to not pick, but you kind of have to pick them. Alright. I'm going to do it. I'm going to pick the Ravens, even though every fiber of my body says I need to stab myself for betraying the Steelers in this way. So I'm just going to have to move on. So, Ravens over the Broncos. The Saints against the Falcons. These just usually turns into like a sling-out kind of game. New Orleans traditionally good at sling-out games. Did not have a good one in the first game, and they kind of barely held it together against the Browns. So I'm going to say that Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons are going to roll all over the Saints. It's going to be like 70-65 or something like that. So Falcons over the Saints. Chargers against the LA Rams. Chargers have been kind of a surprising team for me this year. They're playing a lot differently than I thought they would. But the Rams defense is still the Rams defense, and somehow with all the players that have a bad juju with them, they're still holding it together. So let's see if they make it through week 3. I'm going to have to go with the Rams over the Chargers. I mean, it's just defense wins games this year. We have the Bears against the Cardinals. This is an easy one, guys. The Bears. Cardinals suck this year. And the Bears defense, I got to watch them when they played against the Packers and the Seahawks. So after watching for 2 weeks, I think the Bears defense is going to be a lot better than we thought. Kind of helps when they have one of the best defensive players in the league that they got for next to nothing, thanks to the Oakland Raiders. So Bears over the Cardinals. Let's see, the Cowboys against the Seahawks. That one team in Seattle that plays from yeah. I'm going to go with Brian. Cover your ears. Don't listen. Earmuffs, Brian. Earmuffs. I'm going to pick the Cowboys over the Seahawks. All right, Brian, you can take your earmuffs off now. I said very nice things about your team. So, yes, that was my pick. And if any of you disagree with that, take it up with me in the comments. And let's see, for the Sunday night game, we have the Patriots against the Lions. And could the Patriots have an even easier schedule this season? I mean, come on, is it just rigged against them to try and get as far into the playoffs as possible? Because I don't get it. I hate the Patriots. I think they're the Yankees of the NFL. But good God, they're playing the frickin' Lions. So, have to pick them. So, Patriots. I don't want to lose points. We're too close. And it's so much fun when I'm being Brian. So, Patriots over the Detroit Lions. Monday Night Football. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Woo! I got my terrible towel. I was going to be going like this all game long. Because you know why? Tampa Bay is got 2 weeks of good luck. And they don't really know what they're doing. They're going to crap the bed. Ben Roethlisberger is going to sling a bunch of touchdowns to Antonio Brown because he's all doing his, well, trade me shit with some weird historic guy that doesn't even work there anymore. And James Conner going to run the football. Hopefully not like this, but this is the best impersonation I can do. And Tampa Bay going down. Right in the face. Right in the... Do some body work on him and then punch him in the head. That's what I hope happens. Just in a more football way that doesn't draw 20 personal fouls. So, Monday Night Football, gotta go with the Steelers. Steelers over Tampa Bay. Those are my picks for this week. And let's see what Brian had to say. I'm pretty sure he's going to pick my team to lose and all that stuff because he's a big jerkhead. Even though I secretly do agree with him on some of his picks, I won't tell him which ones, so then he won't have to know. So Brian's picks for week 3, he's going with Cleveland, Atlanta, Kansas City, Miami, Minnesota, Philadelphia, Green Bay. Ooh, he picked Green Bay. Brian, good job for you for stepping up and putting aside all that pure hatred. And then we have Cincinnati, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Houston, the Chargers, Chicago, the Patriots, the Seahawks, and Tampa Bay. So we did kind of line up on some games and we didn't line up on others. But you know what? That's the way it goes. And that's probably why we are so close in our rankings, because we do pick a lot of the same game. So, everyone, I hope you had fun watching. And if you do enjoy watching the Geek Dad Report versus the NFL, please leave a comment and tell us what you think. Is Brian a better host? Does he need to be the only one doing this? I don't know. Just let us know. And if you think I suck, that's all I gotta say. So make sure you like, subscribe, and tell at least 10 people about the show. And we hope that you guys enjoy and you come back. And Brian will be back next week for week 4 of GDR versus the NFL. And don't forget to catch us on Twitter and Facebook at the Geek Dad Report. So, everyone, signing off. Have a great week and watch a lot of football. And don't forget, stay nerdy. Goodbye.